I've sold more than 50,000 items online. Most beginners focus on the wrong things. In this video, I'm going to explain what actually makes a reselling business profitable. Last year, I did just under $500,000 in sales for the year, and that's revenue. That doesn't include the cost. That's not the total profit, and we can get into the actual total profit in another video. This year, I'm tracking to do a little bit more than that. Initially, I started reselling about 17 years ago, my freshman year of high school, even a little bit in junior high. That was such a long time ago, but I'd go to garage sales with my mom on the weekends. We would pick some stuff up, I would take it home, and I would list it on eBay. And back then, you could pretty much list and sell anything on eBay. You didn't have to worry so much about brands. Just for instance, I remember I sold a custom homemade like Jesus mask. It was more like a Jesus portrait that you would hang on the wall. I sold that in just a couple of days for $40. What's kind of funny about that item is that was my first learning experience on eBay because I shipped that out to the buyer before they paid. I didn't even realize it at the time. That was one of my first orders. It really discouraged me. I almost stopped right then and there. But luckily, I kept going because it led to where I am today, and I'm very thankful for it. So don't be discouraged by a mistake that you make or any little bump in the road. Don't let it discourage you. Just keep moving forward. Use it as a learning lesson. You'll be just fine. And if you want a shortcut to bypass these silly mistakes that you will most likely make at the beginning, I actually created a complete guide. It's over 70 pages. It shows you exactly what to do from day one to make sure that your reselling business is profitable and efficient. It helps you create the time and freedom that you want when you're making the business. This is the whole reason people start these businesses or side hustle is for extra money and to take back their life, their time, and get that freedom back. So I'll put that in the description if you're interested. Let's get back to what you came to this video for. The days have come now where you kind of have to niche in and find certain things that are selling, good brands, good condition, good sizes. Back then I was an everything seller. I would pick up things. I remember, I think my first big sell that made me start really doing it on the weekends throughout high school was a Fender Stratocaster guitar. I think I was 14 or 15 at the time. I picked it up for $20 for that and the amp. I sold it for $250. Now shipping that wasn't fun. You kind of learn things along the way, such as maybe I won't pick up a guitar unless it's like $1,000 profit, because shipping that item, you have to pay somebody to do it professionally, or you have to take the time to do it yourself. That's kind of the first thing that crosses my mind when I'm out and about and I come across an item that seems profitable. I think, how long is this going to take to sell? How much is it going to sell for? How much does it cost me? Is storing it easy? Can I ship it easy? What are the returns like? Like, for instance, electronics, especially the higher end ones, you kind of have to be careful because returns are pretty high on eBay, on platforms like eBay, which is most likely where you're going to sell an electronic. Now, I've sold on all different kinds of platforms. I've sold on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari quite a bit back in the day, Whatnot, Facebook Marketplace. I think it's good to try all different kinds of platforms and just narrow it down to what suits you and your business best. Now, pretty early on, I cut out Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, and then Whatnot. I really only did temporarily. I probably didn't do it long enough to give it a real shot. I know some amazing resellers that have gone on and done incredible things on Whatnot. I know you can build pretty crazy empires. For me, I didn't like to live stream every day. I just wanted to list my item, ship it out, and then go about my day. I kind of narrowed it down to eBay and Poshmark. Just on those two platforms alone, I've sold over 50,000 items and well over $3 million in revenue. A lot, and that's another mistake that a lot of beginners think. They come on here and they hear people talking about their revenue, but what goes into that is quite a bit of cost too. You have fees and shipping, you have the cost of the item, and not just the cost of the item that's sold, but you also have the cost of the items that never sold or have been sitting that you ended up having to pretty much liquidate out or donate in some cases, or throw away if you possibly picked up a bad item with pretty bad flaw. There's also subscriptions and softwares that myself, at least, I use subscription store and a couple of other different softwares to run my business more efficiently. It saves me a lot of time, but you have to take those costs into account. You also have just generic business expenses, whether that's computers or phones or shipping supplies, labels, shipping labels. There's all the little things that add up. So it's very important to keep track of your expenses so that you know how much profit are you truly making. The pretty big thing that beginners misunderstand is that right from the get-go, it's important to track your expenses and to track all of your cost of goods, all that stuff. And that way you know truly how much profit are you actually making and how many hours are you putting into the business so that you can make the hourly wage that you want to make. Another pretty big beginner mistake is, and I don't know if I would really call it a mistake, but you hear everyone saying you have to list consistently, which is very true because for a reselling system to work, you have to source consistently. You have to have new items coming in every day, which means listing new items every day, or at least as consistent as you can. And that way you can have items that you're shipping hopefully every day. But there's one important caveat to that, I think, that people don't really speak up on. It's not just consistently listing, it's consistently listing better for the same or better quality items. You don't want to just list 20, 30, 50, 100 random items that you don't know if they're going to sell or not. You want to pick items that you kind of have an idea of, okay, what's this item going to sell for? How long is it going to sit? Do I need to promote this item to sell it quicker? Another thing I see beginners making this mistake of, see the big flips online on social media, where you make somebody buys something for $1 or $5 and they sell it for 100 or $1,000. And those absolutely happen. 100% they happen. We've had multiple to $10 flips into the $1,000 plus range. I think one of our best finds was a pair of vintage selvage Levi's that we ended up selling for about $2,500, and we picked those up for under $10 at the thrift store. So those do happen, and we actually find pretty amazing flips on the daily, but those come with being consistent. You have to consistently source every day. For us, we have some suppliers that bring us stuff, and we also go and do the hunt ourselves because we love it. It's we're modern day treasure hunters and part of the business that we love, so we still get out there and go almost daily, at least 5 times a week. And we're finding those great flips, but we're also picking up our bread and butter items that are consistently selling and making us 15, 20, 25, $30 profit. And I think that's more important than focusing on the trend, like the big flips. Those will come with the volume and consistency. So don't focus too much on finding that one crazy item. Just focus on being consistent and those items will come. So if I were to start all over and I'm just starting from scratch, I think the way I would do it would be to find some stuff around my house or in my closet. If you want to get into clothing or shoes, that's a very easy thing to look up, by brand and size and model and all of that. You can find videos on how to do that. In fact, I'll make some videos on how to do that. But I would start with things around the house or very cheap items at garage sales. And once you get a handful of items, I would figure out which platform, maybe two platforms that you want to start on. Probably I would stick to one platform. So, for example, to just get real narrowed down with it, if you're going to do clothing, say you want to purge some clothing out of your closet, I would just choose Poshmark. It's one of the easier platforms to list an item on. You can do it very quickly. It doesn't take a lot of, researching keywords and picking the right category. It's very easy and it's pretty clothing specific. On eBay is an amazing platform, and that's actually where most of our sales come from. But it is a lot more competitive. There's a lot more sellers and a lot more criteria and item specifics and titles, and pricing has to be pretty certain, and you have to figure out shipping. Poshmark is they pay for the label and you just print out the label. You do nothing with the shipping. It's very clean and simple. So if I were starting with clothing or shoes or home goods even, I would start with Poshmark. I would take my items, I would list them on Poshmark, and I would start it that way. And you kind of figuring out what you like to list, what you like to ship once it sells, and you kind of go from there. Another important thing when you're first starting out is to make sure that you're organized. Organization is key when you have a reselling business. As far as organizing the items that you're listing, it can be very simple at the start. Put them all in one bin and just label the bin A1. Put them all on one rack. We do a rack system, and it's by date. It's by the rack number and date. And staying organized isn't just about with your inventory and your physical business, but also staying organized with your numbers. You need to track everything from the very, very beginning so that you can improve upon it. If you have no data to improve upon, it's it's very difficult to grow successfully your business, your reselling business, just like any other small business. To keep it simple and to wrap this video up, find cheap or free items that you can with essentially. Pick your platform, get the listing. It doesn't have to be perfect. List consistently, track your results, and just keep improving. That's really all it takes. This video was any help, I just ask that you subscribe and drop a like, leave a comment, and let me know what it is that you're working on inside of your reselling business. And if I can answer any questions, I've been doing this kind of a long time. I'm still learning every day, but let me know what I can help you with, and I'm happy to do that. Thanks for watching.